It's a rumor-filled show on today's Titans Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Brett Alper, and we got two of them for you. The Titans signing DJ Chark, and could we see a reunion with Jonnu Smith? These are two rumors that we're going to go over, but make sure you're subscribed to the channel first. Bleacher Report. That is something that I really didn't see coming, and it was Titans signing DJ Chark as one of the newest wide receivers for Tennessee. When I first saw this, I was like, well, he barely has played in the last couple of years, and the Titans, they've already pretty much have a bunch of wide receivers that they need. I mean, DJ Chark, yes, 6'3", 200 pounds. He's only 28 years old, but a huge injury history. Tennessee, they also have a deep threat in Calvin Ridley. So why would the Titans be wanting to sign a guy like Chark? It's been a long time since we've seen him in Jacksonville where he was actually performing well. Here's what Bleacher Report had to say. Since his 2019 Pro Bowl season with the Jacksonville Jaguars, he's battled injuries and settled into a role player with 3 different clubs. The eighth-year wideout has missed at least 6 games in 3 of the previous 4 terms, but still cracks the top 10. Chark, when healthy, has been a decent vertical threat, stretching defenses with his deep ball speed and ball tracking ability. He averaged at least 15 yards per catch in 3 consecutive seasons between 21 and 23. Yet when he's healthy, he's a perfect player for the Tennessee Titans. You got Calvin Ridley on one side, and then you have Chark on the other. That would be great. You could go deep with either of these guys, and he's also 15 yards per catch is huge. The only problem is we have not seen him be healthy in years. He did have one good season within the last 4 in 2023 with 15 games played where he had 35 catches. But is that really what you want out of a guy? If you're going to sign DJ Chark, do you want him? The most production you're going to get from him is 35 catches and only 5 touchdowns? Like 11 games played, 4 games played, and then another one with 7 where he only had 4 catches. That's not worth it in my eyes whatsoever. You have Calvin Ridley. You signed Tyler Lockett. You bring in Van Jefferson. You have Alec Manor, Chimere DK. It just doesn't make any total sense for this team to go out and sign a guy like DJ Chark. I don't understand why Bleacher Report thought, the Titans would be a perfect fit for them, because it really doesn't make any total sense. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. And the Titans, they don't need another deep threat, and I'll get into that in just a second. But we're on our way to 11,000 subscribers. 10,754. It took me a while to do this math, I'm not going to lie. 246 subscribers. If we could just get 20 to 30 on this video, that would at least get us to our goal of 11,000. So support the channel, hit that big red sub button. I said before, Titans don't need a deep threat. They don't need a speed guy because they got Chimere DK, who they drafted, and they also have Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley has been dedicated. And you look at this wide receiver room now, where would he fit? Xavier Restrepo's making this team. He's improved. He's impressed every single one of the coaching staff. And honestly, if you're going to just go in and try to be like, all right, we'll gamble with DJ Chark. Why don't you have Treylon Burks there, who's also a deep threat. Why don't you just give him another shot? You have your deep threat in Calvin Ridley. And Calvin Ridley is bought in. He looks like he is dedicated more than he has ever been dedicated before. I saw a tweet from Teron Davenport where he said that he's looking like his job is on the line, and we know damn well his job's not on the line. This is what Calvin Ridley had to say just about getting to know Cam Ward, and you can tell by his comments that he's extremely bought into this team. He said, we're pretty close. We can take the talks that we have about football to the field, like the throw we missed today. We hit it again. Then we did it 3 times, 4 times. Now we got it. We're ready for the next practice. We can't wait to run that play again. It's more of just getting on the same page. I honestly want to hear what he thinks. I want to be in the spot where he wants me. So I ask him first, what did I do wrong on a throw or a catch? What do I need to make you feel better? He clearly is already trying to trust Cam Ward, clearly. And he wants this team to be great. He wants to be bought in. He wants to be that number 1 guy. So it doesn't make any type of sense to me to go out and sign a guy like DJ Chark. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you want the Titans to sign DJ Chark? Go in the comments right now. Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I don't think they should. I'll be honest. I don't think they should sign DJ Chark in any way, shape, or form. I don't care what the contract is. You have $30 million in cap space. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. They need to go out. If they're going to sign a wide receiver, you got to sign Amari Cooper or something like that. So that it is what it is. But we got another rumor coming up, and it is Jonnu Smith. Could we see a reunion happening with the former Tennessee Titans tight end? Bleacher Report's Kirk Benkurt linked the Titans to a Jonnu Smith trade. And when I saw this, I was a little bit interested about it. You have a couple tight ends that you drafted. You have Gunnar Helm, you have Chigakonkwo, and you have Josh Wiley. So could we see a Jonnu Smith reunion? He's coming off a career year. 88 catches, 884 yards, 8 touchdowns. And when he left Tennessee, he kind of just fell off a cliff, and we thought it was over. We saw what he did in New England. Nothing. He was a solid tight end for the Tennessee Titans. But then going to Miami and playing with Tua Tagovailoa, yeah, it worked. And now 88 catches, 884 yards. That was something that we never really saw to Jonnu Smith. But now that he's kind of in his last year of his contract, could we see him kind of excel, or have we seen a peak? Because you can see the seasons before that. 50 catches, 27 catches. He played 16 games in 2021, and he only had 28. Like, where did this season come from out of Jonnu Smith? Could we possibly see that going on if he came to Tennessee and became Cam Ward's favorite target? That is what I'm kind of interested about. Now, Kirk Benkurt did have a couple things to say about a potential trade. He just said it straight up. He said, give me Jonnu Smith to the Titans. Now, what does a young quarterback in Cam Ward need more than anything, in my opinion? I think he needs a tight end that can ball out and make plays and doesn't rely on him to be perfect. The best quarterbacks in the league have a tight end as someone they can rely on in some way, shape, or form. And I think the Titans would do Cam Ward justice by going out and getting a guy who can be that guy for him from day one. I'll say this. Jonnu Smith is an upgrade from Chigakonkwo. He's an upgrade. But in your last year of your contract and also only one good season, has he hit his peak? Has he plateaued? We know how much Tua didn't like to throw the ball deep down the field. But also, young quarterbacks, they love tight ends. We've seen it. We saw it last year with New England, and Hunter Henry became his favorite target. We know Caleb Williams loved Cole Kmet. You know the tight end, what Scott Van Pelt always says, the tight end is always open. So he would help, but do you really want to kind of risk trading something for Jonnu Smith? I'll say this. Kirk Benkurt said a 6th-round pick. He said a 6th-round pick. And I don't think the Dolphins would take that. You have your tight ends right here. Chigakonkwo, Josh Wiley, and Gunnar Helm. You drafted Gunnar Helm to be your future pass catcher. And now Chig and Jonnu Smith are free agents after this year. So you trade for Jonnu Smith, and then you lose both of them. I don't think that's worth it, but you could get great production out of them. And if you only had to send a 6th-round pick like Benkurt offered, which I don't think that's physically possible to happen with the guy that just had 88 catches, you're not going to. The Dolphins aren't accepting a trade for a 6th-round pick for a guy like Jonnu Smith. Let's just be honest here. They're not doing it in a heartbeat. They're going to want at least a 4th. They might want a player with it. They might say, hey, we like Josh Wiley. Bring us here. So I don't think a 6th-round pick is going to get the deal done. Would you guys trade for Jonnu Smith and get a reunion back here in Tennessee? Let me know down in the comments. Type T for trade or P for pass. I want to hear what you guys think, because I'm declining. You have Chigakonkwo. You have your weapons with your offense. Cam Ward has been working with them nonstop. You went in free agency and you prioritized the pass catchers in the draft. You prioritized your offensive line. There's no need to go out and go get another guy like Jonnu Smith. I like you, Jonnu, but I think you've hit your peak, and I wouldn't bring you back. Personally, honestly, no, nothing personal. Nothing personal. That's going to do it for today's episode of Titans Today. Let's hit 11,000 soon. 246 people. Hit that big red sub button. Subscribe to Titans Today. And as always, tighten up. I know.